I used this can of air and I made the Lost Woods song from Zelda. All right, that was pretty sweet. So let's go through the song and discuss kind of what's happening there. All right, so the first thing that I kind of spiced up was the drums. The drums are all sounds based off the can, but without the spice I added, it really sounds like crap. So let me just play the drums with no effects added, starting with the bass. And now adding in the snare, and the bell, and the hi-hat. So you see how it kind of sounds flat and dry and not really flavorful, and it really doesn't have any bass to it. And so what I do is I add some EQ and I just raise the bass frequencies. That's pretty much it. I just boost the bass, and then I add some compression, which I'm not really sure what that does. I think it helps. So let's listen to that now. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the melody here. So as you can see, the melody just starts off quite simple. It's just the sound of the can, no editing. It's just the raw sound, and it's played to the melody of the melody of the melody. As the song progresses, you'll be able to tell that I use a lot of the air sounds and add reverb to them. And reverb basically means it just kind of echoes like it's in a big room. And I add that to make it really expand out and use it as like a cymbal sound or like a sizzle sound. And it really gives it that nice air sound. And I was really going to play off of the air sound. So if you listen towards the end of the song, it kind of gets very airy in the end, and then it just kind of fades away. And that's what I was going for. So right here, if you listen, I've already added some reverb in. I've added a little sizzle reverb, and I've also added some reverb on a melody, but I also took that melody and brought it up an octave. So you really could see how we're starting to get that nice airy sound, and I'm really thinking we're going to go towards that in a little bit. So what you hear right there is a secondary melody. I wanted to make a secondary melody to go along with the primary melody, so I can go and have the secondary melody by itself and then alternate with the secondary and the primary melody and then have them play at the same time. So it's basically like two songs playing at the same time. Whatever. So you may not have noticed this. Some people might notice, some people might not. But in the background, I've put some airy, forced tones to really get that feeling like we're in a very misty, windy forest that's got lots of weird sounds in it. That sounds like this. You see how you're really getting that airy vibe? That vibe that's like, wow. I'm in space. And so the last thing I want to mention before I let you go is that at the end of the song, I really take that secondary melody and fade out into that. So it kind of shows a transformation, a growth, if you will, of the primary melody into the secondary melody. Maybe even signifying that something has changed in the forest. Maybe it's turned into spring. Maybe it's no longer a lost forest. It's just a pretty forest. Who knows? I sure don't know, and I sure don't know where the heck I came up with this idea. That's how it works with me. You're going to have to deal with it. All right, I'm going to play the song again. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you do your thing. If you want to stick around, stick around. All right. Well, I just want to say before we play the song one last time, do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe, comment, or like, or do something like that. Whatever you do, it helps the channel, helps me grow, it helps me not be poor, helps me eat, helps me feed my body. Also, I'd like to mention I have a Patreon. Please go support me on Patreon if you want to see more videos. And also, I think that's it. All right, bye. Okay, I know it's like the end of the video, but this guy sent me an email because he made a freaking thing, like I do. He made a thing, guys, and so I needed to show you because it warmed my heart. And so the rules were: in the garage door, you're out.
5 hours later.
It's beautiful. You make me proud, Finn.